full disclaimer, like my experience, I have a high school diploma.
What?
I don't have no degree, I ain't had no certifications, no nothing, and I ran my own projects in Cleveland for 14 years by myself. I love low resistance methods to building wealth. My name is Lena. I'm a girl from Cleveland, Ohio. I actually started in real estate when I was 19 years old. Started on my first buy and hold property. At 19, the property cost me a little under $4,000.
What is that house worth today?
So that house today is probably worth a good $160,000.
Damn.
What?
I know you said you bought one for $4,000 in 2011. What's that sweet deal looking like now in 2025?
I refinanced out of that property, so I was able to grab money to move it into other deals, right, and to scale my business even further. So real estate, everything is a timing thing. 1, 2, you just have to know your market, you have to know your numbers. If you are a woman, sometimes it is hard to break out in real estate. Cleveland is historically known to be a market that you can actually invest in for the low. Just get started with one. You don't have to figure out everything, but once you actually become successful, real estate, you will value your time more than you value the money sometimes. You'll value your time more.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy HD, man. We are live back here at the Life in HD podcast, man. As always, I got my brother, the development doctor, in the building. What's up, baby boy?
Man, it's amazing. It's Founders Day, so I'm feeling good, feeling great. It's my 10 year. Shout out to the Bruhz, shout out to the Reboot.
And shout out to the Bruhz. You already know what time it is, man.
It's amazing, man.
November 17th, 1911, man.
You know what it is.
Yes, Lord. And we have a very, very special guest in the building, Fablana. What's going on? How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
We good. Can't complain. How you doing today?
I'm good. Just tired. Been in a lot of events lately, traveling, but I'm doing really good.
Man.
Booked and busy, man.
Yeah. She been real humble right now, y'all. Like, she does so many flips and development, and she's also very, very financially intelligent, guys. She knows so much about real estate, development, and then also, like, the back end stuff. So, like, you want to tell the people a little bit more about yourself?
I
And
can do that.
Let's do that. Let's get into it.
Okay, so my name is Lena. I'm a girl from Cleveland, Ohio. I actually started in real estate when I was 19 years old. Started on my first buy and hold property. At 19, the property cost me a little under $4,000. It was a duplex property, so I used the money that I got from the rent upstairs, and I fixed up the lower half unit with the rent that I got upstairs. At the time, I was working my first job. I was making like $10.82 an hour, so not much. But I learned how to paint. I learned how to lay flooring. I went on YouTube University to figure out exactly how I can fix this house because it was a shell.
Yeah.
Like, for that price, you're not.
4,000.
Can't really expect much at that price point.
They got some more?
That's what I'm saying. But listen, not even $4,000, but this house was $3,701 to be exact. So when I sent in the offer, originally they wanted $12,000, but when I sent in the offer, I was like, well, damn, I only got $5,000. I was like, so what am I gonna do? A lot of people will stop, they quit, they'd be like, hey, I don't have enough of the property. But I used exactly what I had. I was like, hey, I'm gonna offer them $3,700, and something just told me put that extra dollar up on there. So I did that. They accepted the offer, and then I was able to get into the property and start scaling my business from there.
That's amazing. So that was a flip property that you did?
So it wasn't a flip. That was a buy and hold property.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one that I kept. I actually still got it to this day. I was able to refinance out of it during the pandemic, like when the prices and stuff like that went up. So
That's dope. So, like, that was on the market or off market?
that was on the market.
Like, on Realtor
For
Zillow?
$4,000?
Yes.
In Cleveland?
In Cleveland. So now, mind you, this was 2011.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it was a while back, but it was on the market for $12,000. And then I just offered them the $3,701, and they took it, and it was a duplex.
So what is that house worth today? Like the duplex?
Yeah, so that house today is probably worth a good $160,000.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, because I refinanced during the pandemic.
Yeah, pulled your money out.
I pulled my money. Definitely pulled my money out. You know what I mean? Because it only took me maybe $40,000 to fix it up, and I fixed it up little by little. And I did a lot of work myself. I pulled his hair back, y'all. I ain't too proud for nothing. Look, I look good now, but I pulled his hair up. I had my little knee pads on. I laid that flooring and just did what I could do, to get the property up and going.
That's dope. I think that's what most people don't want to do, though. Mm-hmm. They don't want to get in there and get busy but sometimes every deal is not gonna be. It's not gonna have enough money in there for you to hire professionals to do it every time. So sometimes you got to get in there and demo, do the floors, do the paint, do the things that you can do. That's kind of like what we did. So when we started our YouTube, 2019, our first houses we were in there doing them like the roof,
Literally on the roof.
with Oscar in there painting and demoing with like all our random Morehouse and frat brothers. Like we just like, bro, we having a paint party today. We got pizza and paint. Pull up,
Get it done. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just feel like sometimes we stop before we get started.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always tell people, like, if you look at the whole staircase, you're going to get overwhelmed. I ain't know nothing about a house. It ain't had no running water, no plumbing, no electricity, like literally nothing in this property.
You had to figure it all out.
I had to figure it out.
Mm.
So when you go on like realtor.com or when you go on Google and you Google how much is it for somebody to plumb a house up, that's going to tell you like a crazy number, which will scare somebody off. Because like I said, I mean, after I spent my 3701,
And you only had 5.
I only had 5.
Yeah. You had 5 on it.
Listen, I had 5 on it. So, okay. That was it. That's all I had. So I went into Home Depot every single day. I was there at 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, if I want to find a plumber, I'm going to that plumbing aisle. If I want to find an electrician, I'm going to that electricity aisle.
You y'all a major game
with the
right now.
outlets,
This
right?
is the smartest thing.
Listen, I wanted to figure it out so bad. So I found this guy in the plumbing aisle. I don't know if he in jail now, y'all. So full disclaimer, okay? But he ran my entire plumbing for me in this property for $200.
What?
$200.
So I want to touch on 2 things real quick,
Okay.
right? While we on it. So it's like the first thing, what I'm getting right now is if you want to get the money in, you got to be around the money in, right? And that applies to anything. So just like how you saying for the resources that you were looking for, you went to Home Depot, right? Because you needed to find a plumber, you needed an electrician. So what you did, you went to the plumbing aisle, right? You went to the electrical aisle. Chances are the people that are standing in those aisles shopping, they know what they're doing, right? So that's a major key right there. You know what I'm saying? You got to get around the money to be around the money. But also, I want to talk about your Cleveland roots a little bit more too and see how did your flips in your hometown like grow over time in the market, and what are they looking like now? Like I know you say you bought one for $4,000 in 2011. What's that sweet deal looking like now in 2025?
Yeah, so, like I mentioned, I refinanced out of that property. So I was able to grab money to move it into other deals, right? And to scale my business even further. But in regards to like my portfolio and, in Cleveland right now, when it comes to flipping, there is still money to be made. I do purchase more now in the suburbs and flip there because that's where I want to be now. But what I will say is that the hood made me a lot of money too. Down the way made me a lot of money. So the second deal that I got into cost me $8,000. You could probably still find properties, I'm saying, like for a good $50,000 in Cleveland. So it is possible. Okay,
That's
Justin,
so cheap.
you
Like-
looking like...
That's what I'm saying. It's the different markets. Like, like in Alabama, you still could go and find a property like around that price point as well, like or Mississippi in certain places. So that's why I'm saying, like, for the people out there too that might tune in and want to understand, getting familiar with your market, that's what really matters at the end of the day, because the numbers are the numbers, no matter where you at.
So is y'all, I'm trying to understand, is the taxes high and insurance high there or no?
No, not in
No?
Cleveland. No, so taxes might cost you, like, for example, that duplex that I talked about, that cost me $1,200 a year in taxes.
What? What about
Yeah.
insurance?
Insurance, $100 a month.
1,200.
Right.
That's crazy.
Now, I'm going to tell you, though, the reason why I got that tax bill so low is because I went into the city and I actually petitioned for the tax bill to be lower. Because when the property values was lower around the area, when I purchased low, I did the tax revision like then.
Based on the values.
Based on the
currently.
values around the area. So you send them pictures of blighted properties, you send them pictures of information on the comps close by. And then after that, I was able to get the tax bill down, but now can't do it now.
Yeah.
So real estate, everything is a timing thing. 1, 2, you just have to know your market. You have to know your numbers. Cleveland is historically known to be a market that you can actually invest in for the low.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. But I think a lot of people don't know the Cleveland market that well. So they'll pick up these cheap properties, which is something I don't advise people to do on a first one. They pick up the cheap properties and they think that it's automatically going to pencil. Well,
Still got to put a lot of money
you
into
still
it
got
to
to put
get
a
it
lot of
right.
money into it.
Like
and
Detroit,
time.
they doing buy one get one out there basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is good for. I understand it on both lenses, but ultimately, like you're saying, on the investor side, you have to be prepared for that. And what comes with that, you know, and sometimes they might end up having it right back on the auction block. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I was just getting started, you know what I'm saying, with my first one. So that was the goal. And I always tell people, just get started with one. This is my camera. Just get started with one. You don't have to figure out everything. But once you actually become successful, you know real estate, you will value your time more than you value the money sometimes. You'll value your time more. So you want to make sure that you are not purchasing properties. Like for right now, I don't purchase properties that's super cheap. I want to be in and out and put a couple dollars in it.
So the Cleveland flips, how many have you done like over time?
Yeah, about 30.
About 30. That's lit.
Yep.
And then now you transition to Atlanta. So what made you want to move to Atlanta and come here where, you know, the traffic's already
The traffic
backed
is
up?
nuts. Oh my gosh. The traffic is bananas. So first of all, I'm used to being in Cleveland where you get everywhere in 30 minutes. When I say like north, south, east, west, like everywhere in 30 minutes. Atlanta is one of those places where if I can create a vibe or a city, I would say, that match my vibe, that match my speed, that match my hustle, you know, it would be like I would create in Atlanta. So to be honest with you, that's one of the main reasons why I'm here. A lot of my friends are here. A lot of my network is here. So I probably am here to stay. We'll see. I just got out here though.
How do you feel though? Because you know here we don't have any prices like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And city of Atlanta is priced out extremely high.
Yeah.
So you got to push to the outskirts. So do you think you want to start investing here, or you want to continue in Cleveland and Nashville where y'all got them $3-4 million houses?
Yeah.
We need to get into
it.
that. We're going to get into that too, though. We're going to get into that.
Yes. Okay. So, you know, what I could say is this, everything is a timing thing. And I ask God for that discernment too. Like, hey, where do you want me to be? Because it shifts, it changes, it adjusts. At one season of my life, I was buying like cheap properties. Now I don't. When it comes to Atlanta, and when it comes to investing in this market, I want to try it and see. So I still will continue to do my flips in Cleveland. I still will continue to do my buy and holds in Cleveland. But I also want to get into Atlanta and just see what the market looks like. So I won't necessarily go in like head first and everything. But definitely want to get a couple flips here. And then also some luxury development. One of my good friends, he builds for Lil Baby, Gunna. He got a project with Mariah the Scientist right now. Yeah, and he's
That's
here in
dope.
Atlanta. He's a developer. So I'm taking some gems from him. I just seen him in Nashville. He pulled up on us.
All right.
Yeah.
So look, speaking of Nashville, let's transition it like this. Boom. So Cleveland taught me this, but Nashville forced me to do this. Because you and my brother Abram, y'all out there building a multi-million-dollar developments like left and right, getting them gone before they even all the way up. So let's talk about it.
Yes. Okay. So you said Cleveland taught me this, but Nashville. Yeah. So Cleveland got me started, but Nashville taught me how to scale. Nashville taught me how to scale. So Cleveland is one of those cities where you don't meet too many people that's like forward thinking all the time. And y'all know how that is, right? Like if you're from the trenches, crabs in a bucket mentality type of thing. And so Cleveland taught me how to get started. Nashville taught me how to scale. Abram has been such a big part of that. He has turned from like mentor to business partner to friend to like my little baby brother.
Yeah, that's my dog,
My
man.
wait, hold on. I gotta say
He's
that
just
right.
on the wrong side of
My
1911, bro. But it's all
yeah, my
good.
little big brother is what I like to call him. So yeah, he sent me a nice text message yesterday. We had an amazing event over the weekend, but Nashville definitely taught me how to scale.
Yeah, the Tour de Homes, right?
The Tour de Homes,
Man, stop playing. $10 million development, bro. That is major, bro. I'm so proud of my dude, bro.
That's dope. Yeah.
From New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we do, man. We prove excellence, man. We bring excellence every time.
And that's what Atlanta remind me of, too.
Yeah.
Black excellence, like what? And everything that I do in life, I want to be excellent at. I want to be really great at. And if I don't know, I want to be able to ask somebody and learn from them.
So what makes Nashville such a strong market for those luxury builds that y'all putting up?
Yeah. Nashville, the numbers are there, right? And I just think it's anything in real estate, you got to go with the numbers and what makes sense. You want me to get into my deal?
Hey, you want to talk your numbers? Let's talk numbers.
Okay, hey,
we
let's
love
talk about the
talking
money.
numbers.
Okay, period. All right, so what we saying? So listen. So typically in new construction, you want to purchase your lot for no more than 20% of ARV, exit value. This lot that we purchased was a little bit over the 20% now. So we purchased this for 27%. We purchased this dirt for $715,000.
What?
Huh?
715 for some dirt?
Yeah.
I don't understand. My stomach, I can't even digest that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you got to think.
She's coming from buying
I'm coming from
$4,000
Cleveland.
flips
Exactly.
to buying the dirt for $750. So you got to think her stomach probably was tossing too.
Help me understand it.
I will. The door in our new construction cost more than my first property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
the door cost $6,000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to numbers.
Okay. All right.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so. 715 for the dirt.
Okay. So $715,000 for the dirt. All right. The ARV is $2.5 million, but we actually think now it's $2.6 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. We got a comp from Paul. So he just sold his luxury build. Yeah. So we got a comp around the corner from Paul. But yeah, that's the numbers on it. So it's going to cost us about 1.1, maybe 1.2 to build all in. So
Ain't bad.
yeah.
So you saying 1.2 for the build, 715 for the buy. So you
Right.
got 1.9.
Yep.
And then you saying 2.5 on the exit. So you
2.5,
got
2.6.
you got a 600 or 700 spread.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
After holding costs, you probably like 450,
Close to 5.
close to 5.
Close to half a ticket.
Oh, on one?
Half a meal ticket.
Yeah.
In one deal.
In one deal. What we talking about? What we saying? What we doing?
So and y'all pre-selling most of the time.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's what I was saying when,
Yeah.
when we got introduced to them. They pre-sold. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we already got a realtor on it. So the realtor that pre-sold a lot of Abrams' other builds, he's on this one right now. So he always got buyers coming to him looking for like new builds, luxury builds. So yeah.
So, but what is, because that's in Atlanta, nobody's paying that. Like pre-selling and all that, that's not happening now.
Yeah.
In Atlanta itself, in Buckhead either. So it's like, unless they're doing like what you said, commission type of work for like an artist or a rapper, that happens. But like, there's a influencer who's mansion is for sale right now in Buckhead, who has to just drop it $500,000 because that's not happening. You talking about a beautiful modern mansion. So I think that's where I'm like, man, like, how is that possible?
That's the thing about being familiar with the different markets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like right now in Nashville is an amazing time to be building that type of infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? And finding those type of deals. In Atlanta, it's kind of burnt out. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they're doing. They just giving it out. What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
So what?
Yeah.
What is the, like, with these houses y'all are selling, who are y'all selling to? What do they look like? Are they black? Are they white? Are they doctors, lawyers, dentists, rappers, trappers, scammers?
Listen, a little bit in between, like everybody. I mean, like one of his past buyers, she's a nurse.
What, 2 million?
Okay, not 2 million. I'm talking more like 650.
Okay.
670.
All right.
Yeah, because you know the houses different price margins, right? But the main thing is the finishes. We want to put like nice finishes, and I know you said the guy that's had to drop it $500,000, but Nashville is just a hot market. Like Austin said, you got to know your territory, you got to know your markets. Nashville has so many different things coming to the market. They flying off the shelf. Now, right now, the market is changing a little bit everywhere. So when you are in that price point in Nashville right now for like 700 to about $1 million, that's where people is kind of seeing their property sit. But in that $1 million plus, you good to go.
That's interesting, man. And what's y'all timeline typically out there? Like, you know, here in Atlanta, really anywhere in Georgia, permitting is a nightmare.
I heard.
So we take, you know, 4 months is like you got God with you on them plans. That means you got one revision in 4 months. Typically on a new construction, you're gonna have 8 to 10 months of permitting, going back and forth with the city. So that messes up our holding costs. You see what I'm saying? So when I say 450, because I'm thinking about we got 8 to 12 months of permitting going back and forth before we can actually start building. We got to go back and forth with HOAs out here. So what's y'all permitting timeline like out there from start to finish?
Yeah. So permanent time took us 2.5 months. So we closed this lot in January of this year. We was already building and breaking ground by April.
What?
Yeah. But let me say this. One thing that helped us out a lot was the fact that this was an infill lot. And what that means is that there's utilities already on it, right? So water, sewer. We checked the water and the sewer maps prior to purchasing the property. And then also this property or this lot was owned by another builder as well. The thing about it, because people will ask the question, well, why didn't the other builder build
ran
on
out
the
of money.
property? Exactly.
Them holding costs that he talking about
No,
right now.
it ain't even the holding costs. He could not find the money to actually build
Yeah.
on his property, but he had already tore down the property. So that's another reason why we purchased the property for 27% of exit.
Because you saved 7% on the demolition and the utilities.
There we go.
Yeah,
And then,
so it makes sense.
yeah,
And
then
y'all
also,
familiar with the market too, so y'all already know what's going on. Like you're saying, y'all got a comp around the corner.
But they created the comps. Yeah.
and then also the time.
Yeah.
The time it saved us. So we was able to go straight into permitting. So it took us like 2.5 months. I don't know about no 8. That's the build time.
That's
So
what I'm
what
telling
about the other properties that y'all actually have to go purchase, knock down, and do all of that? What's the permitting process look like with that one?
for demo?
No, similar. Because
What?
Abram got one going up right now that he had to get done within 6 months. And he getting it done.
Huh?
Yes.
Knocking
But that's
it down
his bills. Yeah.
and everything.
6 months.
Demo permit here might take 3 months. Then you
No.
can't get your building permit until the demo permit is issued.
Okay.
So we have to go through so many different things to permit. So your demo permit might take 2-3 months because you have to have a demo set of plans that's by a structural engineer, architect, and a site plan showing you where all the utilities are. Then after that, once that is approved, then they'll start to begin reviewing your actual building permit. And they won't issue the building permit until they come out and inspect the site of the demo. Yeah, so that, if you're knocking something down, you talking really, I tell people out here, be prepared for 16 to 18 months on a new construction.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying something that's infill.
That's crazy.
That's why what y'all doing in Nashville, it seems so attractive. But out here in Atlanta, it's just not really. You have to find a nice pocket, and they have those pockets that are coming up, like around like the Cleveland Avenue type.
But then you still dealing with city of Atlanta.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like they have areas, but it's again priced out.
It is.
It's priced out.
So out here, you have to think like for the average person who can afford to pay $500,000 for a crib. Like how much are they making here to afford $500,000? So on average, to make $500,000, that's about $120K salary, assuming minimal student loans. They don't have no crazy car and stuff like that. But the median income in Atlanta is like $80K. The median income here in DeKalb County is $59K. So when we're doing flips and doing new builds, we have to think about, well, what is the median? Because who's going to buy this?
The demographic, yeah.
Somebody got to buy it.
You have to learn between what something appraises at versus what somebody's actually willing and able to pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we kind of got caught into a deal where we had to drop it. A new build, it was like $360. Appraisal's there. Great price point.
For a new build, $360.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a 4, 2.5, 2-car garage, corner lot, HOA, neighborhood, playground, nice area, paved sidewalks, brand new subdivision. We bought the last lot. We dropped it $60K because the market just wasn't bearing it.
That's great.
I mean, so we had like 300 right now, and we're on our third buyer that financing fell through. At closing day, financing fell through.
Well, let me ask y'all this: like, what do you feel about the current market right now, like the economy in general? Because I think sometimes, like for me or other people, other entrepreneurs, sometimes you could just kind of live in your own world sometimes to where you just tapped out or removed, right, from what the news is saying. You always want to be plugged in, but I feel like sometimes I'm a little removed, but I got to start tapping back in. To your point, to know like what's happening and what's going on. So,
I
what do you
mean, I
feel?
think right now, I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying anything about real estate, guys. Anytime people get rich during recessions, more people get rich during a recession than during the time of economic stability. But what I will
You gotta
say
be
is,
prepared for that though.
yeah,
And a lot of people broke.
you have to
People
really
broke
understand
right
that right now we're in a national economic kind of battle, right? Repos at an all-time high. The Fed has been cutting rates slowly, little by little by little, to with the hope of re-stimulate the economy. But you have to understand when COVID happened in 2020, they cut the rates too, and people overbought. So then it created a buying war. Now that temporarily stimulated the economy and created some new money. But what did that do to the people that couldn't
Put them
afford
in
to
debt.
sustain the debt that they now are in? They're upside down on
Exactly.
their mortgages. Once you're upside down, you can't get out unless you have an abundance of cash, right? So it kind of creates a little bit of a crippling. It's a band-aid on a bullet wound. But from a developer standpoint, my perspective is stay with where your local market is. So we've equipped ourselves with understanding the median incomes, the pricing, and then thinking about reality, right? Like in the city of Atlanta, the average is 80 or 85K. What are they doing to make 85K? You know what I'm saying? Like what job is paying 85K to someone? And then I'm like, okay, based on that, for the deals in the city of Atlanta to make sense, those are 700-800. So at that point, 85 is not enough to sustain 700-800 with interest rates at 6.5. So who is my buyer pool? When are they closing? So we kind of stick to the data. So we're looking at MLS, as licensed realtors, we look and see how many deals are sold in this zip code, how long was it on the market, what was the median sales price, how much did it sell for versus asking. And what we've seen is in this market, the higher the number, although it's more appealing, the waiting time is there, the buyer pool is a lot more small, and then the time on the market. So we pivoted. So for us, we build new construction, but it has to be like crazy.
It got to make sense.
Crazy cheap, where we can kind of get in it and get out of it in an area that makes sense for us. But we do more fix and flips now because if we're able to do 100K in 100 days, that's our main thing. We getting in 165, we buying them, kitchens, bathroom floors, paint, all new plumbing, electrical fixtures, stuff like that. So we out of the renovation, let's say 45 days.
Yeah.
Then we got 45 days to close. With the FHA 90-day flip
90.
rule, you couldn't close anyway. So by the 91st day, we're closing and we're gonna gross 100, probably net of 80. You know what I'm saying? But we have an abundance of buyers.
Right.
Because we're under that 300 price point. So at that price point, we qualify for all of the affordable housing grants. We qualify to be able to give you, we can pay your closing costs.
Your buyer pool get bigger.
Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
more buyers that are in that first time homeowner range, that like 250, 300 in Atlanta, right? So that's where we like to hang out at for now.
Yeah. But it's
makes
definitely it's a adjustment because you have to do more to make the same. So for us to make it have a ticket, that's 5 deals.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas for y'all, that's just one, you in and out. But like I said, you have to know your market. So you in your market, that makes perfect sense. Here, you can't build houses like that and really move them. Now, we do have some friends that, are building, but they're building in that like Sandy Springs,
Pocket.
Roswell, where they're paying $700-800 for the dirt, and they're comfortable with the timelines, but financing becomes a little difficult, like to get the dirt. So I was gonna ask, how are y'all financing? Because a lot of banks don't want to lend on the dirt; they want to lend on the build. They want you to have some skin in the game. So pay cash for this lot, and then we'll lend you on the build. But then it's like, who got 800,000?
Exactly. So,
cash.
Yeah. So we can get into this later in the interview, but I used to work in wealth management.
Okay.
I used to work in wealth management. So I actually built out the entire wealth management department at Bank of America in the state of Ohio.
Okay.
All right. So it used to be called U.S. Trust, but now it's called Bank of America Private Bank. So I saw their lending guidelines, requirements, all of the things. As an investor, we actually used a hard money lender that has a fund. Okay. This guy has an $100 million fund. Yes. So that's what we used. This application was so easy. And I'm like, I'm not saying that to where people be like, oh shit, I ain't really got to do nothing. You know what I mean? But when I say it was so much easier than traditional banking guidelines,
Oh yeah.
like what? I mean, it took me 30 minutes to fill out the application.
Yeah.
So that's what we use, the hard money lender.
So what can one look forward to like on a new build? You know, with a fix and flip, you got 10 to 15% down.
Yeah.
How is it on a new build?
Yeah, so new build can be up to 20% down. I really think that it depends on the relationships that you have with the hard money lender, who will fund you or who will give you money for the deal. There are some people that know people that private money to where you just call a friend, ask a friend, which I know in our demographic, that's not typical for us. But I just think really it's about getting out there, building those relationships. But in our new construction deal, for context, I definitely had to put down like 6 figures plus easy, like multiple, like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah,
Because you paying for the lot and the build.
exactly.
So you got a 1.9 project.
And then it's
shit.
holding costs too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So when it comes to like me, yeah, we multiple 6 figures, like, yeah,
AKA
wasn't
she the money
cheap.
woman,
Right.
y'all.
it wasn't cheap.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? More luxury builds, flips in Atlanta.
Mhm.
You're gonna start doing some mentoring, some teaching, because you
Yeah.
always giving some game, but it's always, I feel like, behind the scenes.
Yeah, so you know what's so funny is that I'm so used to being behind the scenes, and I think it's time for me to step out in front. And that's what God told me anyway. Like last year, He was like, "Hey, it's time for you to step out and teach other people what you know." People like learning from me when I do speak to them. They feel like it's informative. So I am definitely opening up mentorship. It will be launched by the end of this year, top of 2026. And what I want to start doing is teaching people how to get into their first fix and flip, how to get into their first buy and hold property. And literally my model is just starting with one. That's the biggest thing. And then also we can use other wealth building avenues and wealth building strategies for people to grow their wealth. There is going to be like 90% of people, they will not be entrepreneurs. They will not be full-time investors like we are.
Yeah.
But they do want to build wealth, right? Like who
Right.
don't want to build wealth? So I will be combining my wealth management experience with the real estate. And if somebody just start with one, I will show them how to use the wealth building strategies that I have used myself to build wealth. So we just gonna start with one, and then we're gonna
So-
scale up from there.
Let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Because people ask me this all the time. If I'm a corporate employee, I love what I do,
Yeah.
and I don't really have time, but I've got, let's say I got 20 or 30,000 saved. Should I put it in the stock market or should I put it in real estate or Bitcoin? Which one would you choose and why with your wealth building experience?
Yeah. So I do a mix of both.
Mhm.
I would try to do a mix of both. Because remember, we talked about that 20% that we putting down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find a hard money lender, literally, you guys just go online, Google hard money lenders or hard money brokers. That leave you got 40,000.
I'm doing 100% right now, shameless plug.
Wait, you doing real estate?
No, I'm saying 100% financing.
So we ain't even
Okay.
really launched it. We actually have our own brokers too. So Austin brokers the deals. We give 100% financing for fix and flips.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, if I do something in Atlanta, I'm coming straight to y'all.
We everywhere. We
Just know
national.
it. Oh, okay. We have to talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We closing deals with 4K, just paying insurance
4K.
and closing costs.
Okay. Well,
We gonna
damn.
talk.
Yeah, we
we
gonna
gonna
talk.
talk. Okay. What I just find out?
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. All right. So when it comes to that 40,000, though, I would take 20,000, purchase a property. Let's just say in Cleveland, Ohio.
Mhm.
You could purchase a property for under 100K right now in Cleveland. Honestly, like I purchased something 2 years ago for $46,000. Okay. So take that 20,000, move that over into the real estate bucket. The second half of the 20K, I would put that into stocks. I started investing in stocks when I was 23.
Mhm.
I'm 33 now. And I saw I was with Abram yesterday. I showed him my,
Robin
The
Hood.
portfolio.
yeah. And it grew 4 times. He was like, damn, okay.
That's lit.
So I love low resistance methods to building wealth because we want to make sure that we are experiencing this life. We want to make sure that we're having a good time. We were not put on this earth to just endure life. We don't want to just endure. We want to go out. We want to have a good time. We want to kick it. We want to turn up a little bit. So we don't want to use all of our time just investing in real estate or working all the time, et cetera. So I really like low resistance ways of building wealth. So a little bit in real estate. We're going to put a little bit in stocks as well, and we're going to watch them both grow. So then you get both sides of the pie. You ain't missing nothing. If you find that real estate does not work for you, you put your money back in the stocks, you let it grow, sit there, collect a compound interest, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an amazing thought process to do both. People think you can only do one or the other.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you knew, but my story is a little different. Like I worked corporate 6 years.
Okay,
went
I
to
was
school.
9.
Yeah, I went straight from graduating from Morehouse. I started corporate in June. I graduated in May. Went straight into corporate America. So I worked 6 years, 6.5 years to be exact. I was in school getting my MBA. I did my Six Sigma green belts, my PMP, my doctorate, both real estate licenses.
What
both
don't you
construction
have?
licenses.
Like, let's just start there. Like, what licenses don't he have?
It ain't
More
many.
degrees than a thermometer.
Yeah.
And I was the
Jeez.
opposite. I did 8 weeks of corporate.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
gosh.
And then I focused more on building what we got going on right now. And we're gonna continue to building our legacy, you know what I'm saying? So I think it can go both ways. You know, I also believe that not everybody is meant to be bosses. You know what I'm saying? That's why people are bosses and some people are role players. And it's very important to have those role players because that's what makes everything move. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say, where can the people find you, learn from you, invest in you?
When the mentorship dropping.
Yeah, pour
The
into
mentor
you.
is dropping in December.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, so I'm gonna get a website out now. So it's Lana Builds, LanaBuilds.com, LanaBuilds.com. And then as far as like full disclaimer, like my experience, I have a high school diploma.
What?
I don't have no degree. I ain't had no certifications, no nothing. And I ran my own projects in Cleveland for 14 years by myself. So when I say boots on the ground, no GC, I ran that myself. So it is possible. Like college is not for everybody. I
not.
tried it, didn't work for me. You can still be bright, smart, intelligent, all of the things, but certain things just don't work for certain people, and that's okay. And you're gonna have those employees, you're gonna have those
Thanks.
entrepreneurs, and that's what make the world go around. Different strokes, you know, for different folks. So
I tell people all the time, I'm a big advocate for trades. So what you doing, construction, real estate, insurance, lending, these are all trades. So you just have to learn the tricks of that trade and you'll forever make money.
that's it.
You know what I mean?
It's
So,
definitely true. Tell the people your Instagram.
Yeah, so my Instagram is @Fablana, FABLANA, and that's where you can find me.
Put it somewhere down there. But yeah.
Yeah.
You already know this has been another amazing episode on the Life in HD podcast. We had a powerful female in real estate. She's taking over. Y'all guys, or not guys, you ladies, y'all tap in with her and y'all get some game. You know, she's very knowledgeable in this field, and I'm pretty sure she's more than willing to tap in with y'all and give game. You feel me? Because she's been in it for a long time and has a lot of lessons that she can pour out to you. Julie, you have anything?
Yeah, man, I was going to say definitely the biggest thing you can do in any business is to get with somebody who can understand you, who's like you, to learn. So we spent millions of dollars investing in time, mistakes, and errors. So I, am very, very happy to be here in front of you, another woman who's actually standing on business in this industry. My wife, same way, development, real estate, and it's a challenge, so I want to say I commend you for it. I didn't know you only had the high school diploma.
Oh,
And
you didn't know?
I didn't know
Nope,
because
I didn't know that either.
very
You would never know.
intelligent, speak
Oh,
that,
wow.
that language, like
Yep.
just thorough. So I think that's pivotal to people too, because a lot of times it's misconceived that you have to go the route of college, corporate,
Yeah.
right? And I'm here to say you don't. I did it all, and what makes me money is the trade, and that's from being boots on the
Boots
ground.
on the ground, yeah.
Nothing corporate taught me, none of these degrees taught me, none of that. It's all about being in the field, getting out there, and YouTube University.
Yep.
You too. Oh,
That's what we learned every
And
day.
now we got AI too, so it's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
whole nother level that you can get to if you really want to.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people been saying that AI will make people stupid, but I really think it's gonna make people more efficient and effective if they use it the right way.
Facts. So I'm proud of you.
Thank
you know what I'm
you.
saying?
Thank you,
and
thank you.
I'm just excited to see what the future's gonna hold for you. And if you in the A want to do some of these big boy developments,
Oh, yeah.
my stomach might stop turning if I got the big boss with me doing
Hey,
it.
listen, we're going to make it happen. Listen. Can I leave something with the ladies, though?
Please.
I want to talk specifically to the ladies. Okay, listen. And excuse me, out of respect for the men, but the men dominate the real estate industry and space, right? And if you are a woman, sometimes it is hard to break out in real estate development, et cetera. Men will look at you and they'll be like, oh, she can't do this, she can't do that, she looked this way, et cetera. I would encourage my ladies, when you go to your job sites, you are not going to your job sites looking cute. When I go to my job sites, I'm in all black leggings.
Oh, you
black
in
t-shirt.
disguise?
I'm in disguise. Like you can't see you can't even imagine nothing because literally I'm about business. Let's get this done. Sign off on this work order. Is we going to Home Depot? Did the check need to be cut? Right? As a woman, you can expose yourself in certain ways on your job site that you may not be aware of. And you want to just make sure that you keep it all about business. You will work with so many different men in this industry that's male dominated. They want to talk to you, they want to chat with you, etc. But please stick to the business. It's one of the best things that you can do. And that's why I have a great business relationship with Abram, because we always stick straight to the business. He's my friend, he's my little brother. But when we stuck straight to the business, there is nothing that you cannot do with a great business partner, with a great mentor, somebody by your side that can show you this game. One of the things that I would tell you, ladies, is that I don't want you to feel underestimated in this space. You deserve a seat at the table. You can shine too. You could be with the big dogs too. You could pop your shit. You could do what you do. You could still look classy and cute now, but it's a time and a place for everything. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that. And again, you could check me out online at Fablana, and I'm more than happy to teach, grow with you, learn with you, and do some business if it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's a great way to end the episode. I appreciate you for coming on, Lane. I know it's been long overdue. We met in Nashville when we did the event with our brother Abram. Such an amazing spirit. You definitely about your business. Like, that's the first thing I noticed about you. Is like, damn, this girl really, like, Abram got him a real solid, you know what I'm saying? Partner. Like, yeah. So shout out to you with that. And like I said, every time somebody comes to this podcast, they're going to bring some major value that you can take and apply to your own life. So you already know what time it is, man. Y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to share this to somebody that can get some more insight from this. And we're going to catch y'all next time, man. It's your boy HD, Life in HD Podcast. Let's go.
Yeah.